name of my ancestors. Peace forever and always. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am the Angelsnupnup7, and welcome once again to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth. I am your host, your brother, and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. There are many examples that I could give you, but one example that always sticks in my mind, in my experience in this life, my physical family, to my knowledge, we only had one very good get-together as a family. You call them family reunions. I only experienced perhaps one. The only other type of family reunions that I've had were called funerals. That's a type of family reunion also. Most of the people have not seen the deceased in years and years and years. And then they come to the funeral and they cry. What type of feelings? Come on now. Let's get real. That's not my subject, but I want to know, what kind of feelings do you really have for a person you haven't seen for years and years and years? You have not talked to them for years and years and years. You may know them. You may know of them. Now they lay in a casket. We view their physical flesh, their remains for the last time, and we cry and we cry. What? Where is the crying coming from? But going back to this family reunion, in the beginning, it was wonderful. I think I was, I can't guess how old I was. I know I was maybe between the age of 10 and 15, somewhere around there. I don't remember. In the beginning, it felt like a real family reunion. There was my uncles and my aunts and everybody haven't seen each other for a while. And we got together and there was the barbecue. It was a nice day. The sun was shining. All the children was playing. It was just a wonderful day. But as you know, in many family reunions, these so-called adults must be so-called adults. They don't have no other idea how to have quote-unquote fun. Somebody got to start bringing out the liquor. When I was growing up in the area where I was at, we really didn't have a problem with people on heroin, doing LSD, even smoking marijuana. The drug of choice was alcohol. It was Canadian Mist, Crown Royal, Hennessy, vodka and rum. That was some of their favorite drinks, and various kinds of wine. So the family came together as in a reunion. Then they began to get drunk. And one of the most sickening things I ever seen was when one of my uncles pulled out this plant out the ground. And this plant looks sort of like a banana tree. Excuse me, but the picture froze. It stopped recording.
took this plant, looks like a banana tree, pulled it off the ground, and took the plant and tried to push the plant into my other uncle's mouth, saying that he was a monkey. Mind you, my other uncle was a very dark person. And this was another expression of black self-hatred. This uncle that the other uncle was calling a monkey, he was darker. And they called him a monkey because he was darker. An example of self-hatred. But this is what I really don't get. This uncle that was doing it, he's a silly person anyway, but what made it worse was getting drunk. What do y'all get out of getting drunk, getting high? I tried drinking a beer one time. I was watching an Elvis Presley movie. That's when those first tall ones, the beer containers, first came out. When they first started making the 16-ounce or the 32-ounce beer cans of beer, whatever. Because they used to be only 12 ounces, I think. And I tried to drink some beer. And I started feeling funny. I did like the beer, but I didn't like the feeling. I didn't like how it made me feel because I couldn't think. Why would you want to drink a beverage that causes you to be unable to think, unable to use your brain properly? Some of us are stupid anyway. So if you add alcohol to the mix, some of us are mentally ill anyway. So if you add alcohol to the mix, what you think gonna happen? But every day, especially on the weekend, we got to go to these clubs. And in all the rap videos, the majority of them, you will see there's some kind of club. And what do you do in a club? The only thing they do in the club is sit around and drink and look for somebody to lay down with. That's all. Smoking and drinking and getting high. So is it no shock that the black community is in the position that it is in, since you are drunk, since you are high all the time? And those who are in power, yeah, they get drunk. Because even Barack Obama, in order to solve a certain situation, he decided to take Louis Gates Jr. and his police officer and give them a drink. What is it? A beer summit at the White House. That's how we solve our problems with violence, drinking, and drugs. And the bottom line, it really didn't solve anything, because the potential for the same thing will happen countless times. Matter of fact, I'm very sure the situation between some Caucasian cop and a black man at his home, it has happened who knows how many times since the beer summit. But America has always been an alcoholic, drug-infested nation. They tried to make beer and wine illegal, and the country went crazy. What is wrong with America? Y'all love to get drunk and high. That's why you can be easily exploited. That's why anybody can say anything to you and do anything to you, because most of your time you getting drunk and high. And when you're drunk and high, alcohol hinders the ability to think. And if you're not getting drunk and high on alcohol, on every Sunday, you go to these churches and mosques, then the preacher or the imam, they get you high on religious belief system. And it leaves you the same kind of way, unable to think, hinders your way of thinking. Not as bad as perhaps cocaine or beer, those things, but high just the same. Because These things alter the thinking ability. Please, don't pour me a drink. I'm going to keep my, maybe that's why you don't understand, some of you don't understand where I'm coming from, because y'all stay high in some kind of way, shape, fashion, or form. I'm not into that. Jot down your comments, time right out. You know, put down your drink, listen for a second. This was, it is, the Reality's Temple on Earth.